You get to play as Bowser?
Yes!
Katherine, Revolution!
Welcome to a brand new episode of The Completionist. And today's episode, guys, has been suggested by a lot of people all across many different websites, many different forums, my Facebook page, my Twitter. The game is unanimous and I have to do it. And that game is called Katherine. Now, I heard there's a lot in here, a lot of lust, love, betrayal, that kind of thing. So today, we're going to go ahead and we're going to dive into it, because you guys say so. Because I love you guys. I do everything for you. I love you, bros! I'm not drunk.
Katherine. Katherine is a...
Oh, yeah.
You see, Katherine, she's a...
Oh, yeah!
She's so...
She's freaking hot!
She's hot. So hot.
She's a sexy goddess!
She lights that fire in my eyes.
She gets it!
You know what, Greg? Hold on. You know, let's start over. Come on, let's just start over.
Go for it, Shirako.
Katherine is a game.
But Batman, she's freaking hot!
So damn hot, and she's just a video game. The story of the strange tale of Katherine is one that has not been told on such a wonderful scale before. Before we begin the story, you are prompted with an interesting and yet weird introduction to some type of television show called The Golden Playhouse. The host of this show, Trisha, tells us that she's going to take us on a magical journey that is very unique. A story within a story.
Storyception.
Greg, we already used an Inception joke a few weeks ago.
Inception.
So our story within a story begins with our main character, Vincent Brooks. He's dating his longtime girlfriend of 5 years named Katherine McBride. That's Katherine with the K. Super important to not get confused yet. She's upset with Vincent's lack of dedication to their relationship and wants nothing more than to tie the knot. In fear of this commitment, Vincent starts to do what most guys would do when they have female problems. Drink heavily. Enter Katherine with the C, a bussy blonde bombshell focused on being free and youthful. From there, he begins to have nightmares that he's in some type of demonic evil place, and for whatever reason, he has some features of a sheep, he's wearing polka-dotted boxers, and he's got a pillow.
Just like every dream, right?
What does he do? He must climb to the top to get to the next level of his hellish nightmare via blocks. He must create stairs using these blocks to climb his way to victory. And as he wakes from his first night of mares, he awakes to have realized that he has slept with Katherine with the C, cheating on Katherine with the K.
Are you following all that with an FAT? You fat.
Vincent is not the only one who's having these problems. It turns out that all cheating males are actually in each other's dreams, and if they die in these dreams, they die in real life. With the story unfolding, more characters begin to disappear each and every night, and for Vincent, it all boils down to one question. Which Katherine do I go with? Katherine with the C or Katherine with the K? The nightmares will continue for one full week, and Vincent must survive each nightmare as he deals with his big problem. The story, let alone the game overall, is one of the freshest and yet most fulfilling new original pieces I've ever encountered. I loved every story-driven moment in this game. And the best part is, there's many different ways to play this game.
Also, Katherine's hot!
Designed heavily by the team behind the Persona series, this game looks and feels so awesome. Following that anime style, the 3D-based anime approach works incredibly well for the circumstances they have set up. The game splits itself into two different kinds of animation, anime and 3D anime. Cutscenes are mostly in 3D, but you'll learn to appreciate the great blend of the styles when the story gets really good. While the game takes place in several areas, you control Vincent in two primary areas: the Stray Sheep, the bar in which Vincent and his friends get trashed every night, or his nightmares, where he must climb. The music in this game is great, but if you're playing for hours like I did, you'll start to lose your sanity. The tracks don't really change or alternate too much at all, but one of the cool things about the soundtrack is some of the music on the later levels draws from classical music, some being complete original pieces, others being reimagining remix type approaches, all perfectly hitting the style that is Katherine.
Don't hit Katherine's style!
That's not what I meant! What are you talking about? Why don't you Katherine is not your average puzzle platformer type of game. Any difficulty you choose is quite grueling. It will require you to think on your feet the entire time.
You have to play it standing up? The whole time?
What? No, Greg, I was just...
Is it for the Kinect? Katherine Kinect Sports 3, her body is the controller! Woo!
I'm going to split this game into two sections, the evening phase and the nightmare phase. In the evening phase, before the nightmare phase, you appear at the Stray Sheep. At this bar, you can get drunk with your friends as you stress out about your wrongful situation. While in the bar, you can talk to all your friends, total strangers, the boss who's the bartender, all in the mix of you communicating with both Katherine's via text messaging on your phone. Your phone is your main menu hub, and periodically the girls will contact you via the phone. Depending on your answers, they will determine the direction of your freedom bar. The freedom bar is one of the key elements in this game. Whenever you say in important moments in this game, whenever you respond to a character's question, all determines what direction the freedom bar will go. Saying something truthful, morally sound, or just flat out civil will go towards the blue side, or law. Saying something mean, something obviously crude, or something pervertish towards Katherine with the C will go towards the red side, or chaos. This bar, while it does not change the gameplay too drastically, can have a major impact on the ending of this story. While in the bar, you can also play an arcade game called Rapunzel, which in many ways can prepare you for the nightmares in Katherine. This minigame is 64 levels of colossal hell. While this is a nice break, your soul and passion for this minigame will disappear as you progress.
Level 1, I got this. Level 15, no worries. Level 38, it'll never end, will it?
Not to mention, when you beat the first 64 levels, you will unlock the extra mode of another 64 levels, being 120 levels altogether. And trust me, it took a toll on me.
What? What? I'm cooking, mama.
The nightmare phase is where the true challenge and fun of Katherine really lies. Being a total of 9 nightmares, you must climb your way from the very bottom to the very top, pulling and pushing blocks in order to create the correct formation. Even though there are 9 nightmares total, that doesn't mean there's only 9 levels. Each nightmare has a different amount of levels, and as the nightmares go on, they obviously get harder. Suddenly blocks become unmovable, or they'll get cracked very easily and falling apart, ruining your formation, or there'll be spikes that you can go on and kill yourself, or there'll be ice blocks and you can slide to your death and die, or bombs that'll blow up almost half the level, or you can take the trampoline block.
Funny how in all this madness of blocks, there's one block that actually doesn't kill you, but makes you feel like Superman!
Like in most games, you get items that will help you scale in your adventure. You will also encounter enemies while you build your puzzles. These enemies are pretty simple to push out of the way, but they can also ruin a whole lot of your experience if not handled correctly, which brings me to my next point.
The undo button!
The undo button is a fantastic feature that will let you go back to your previous moves.
Oh yeah, I use that in Word all the time. Control Z, baby! I make a lot of mistakes.
This is great for those moments where something accidental happened or you got lost. You can go back up to 9 different moves, and on my first playthrough, this saved me more times than I can count. But if you play it on hard mode, the undo button is completely disabled, meaning you have to play the game perfectly without any undos. And I did this, and it hurt my soul.
There, Shirako. You'll always be the laser clown in my eyes. Shirako, the laser clown, making that frown turn upside down. Shirako, the laser clown, shooting them up and shooting them down. Oh, Shirako, the laser clown, you know he's #1 in town.
Thank you for that, Greg. That cheered me up, I think. Throughout the game, you will run into other characters that you need to save by consolement or reassurance. Make sure you save them by speaking to them. At the end of each level and sub-level, you are given an overall ranking score of bronze, silver, or gold. While not too important to the average gamer, for you Wii completionists out there, it's very important that you go for the gold. One of the most challenging things about Katherine that it has to offer is the boss battles. The boss fights are incredibly difficult. Some can go really well depending on your skills, but for the most part, you will get rocked a lot while playing them. From fighting Katherine with a K, to fighting the possible baby that she's pregnant with, to even fighting an ass boss?
I'm a nice man!
And yet, There's one boss fight that drove me up the wall, the Katherine with the C fight, because for whatever reason, you have Katherine with the K following you as you build your ladders and such. And I just have to say, this is how you break an otherwise perfect game. This AI is just god-awful. It always gets in your way. It's incredibly irresponsive. This is one of those moments that really left a bad taste in my mouth. No, don't go back. No, you're dead. Oh, don't go on the spikes. No! That's it. I'm angry. That's it. That's right. You wait there. You wait there and you die. And I dance. I dance in your grave. I dance in your grave all night. Now you die. Yep, you're dead. You're dead. Spoiler, I'm going to reveal huge plot points from this game. If you don't feel like playing this game, then watch the review. If you want to, then just turn off the review. I won't get mad at you. But come back eventually. Seriously, come back. I need your views. So as you finish up your last few nightmares, Katherine with the K decides to dump you, despite the fact that you've got a clear head now. And depression sets in, and his friends try to cheer him up by telling him, hey, reach out and call Katherine with the C. Too bad she's not real. It turns out that Katherine with the C is a succubus sent by Astaroth, the evil host of the nightmares. Vincent is convinced that someone he knows has seen Katherine with the C before, and he realizes that the bartender, the boss, actually not only saw her, but spoke to her as well. The boss is the one behind the nightmares, and Vincent fights back by saying this: one more final night of mares. If Vincent wins, he gets the request of a favor from the boss. If he loses, he dies. Simple, right? Remember that freedom bar I talked about earlier? In the last nightmare, depending on how you answer the questions and how your bar looks at the end of the game, determines your ending. There are 9 different endings, meaning you need to play the game 9 different times. 9 different times of hell. Getting all the trophies and achievements in Katherine is not worth it, and here's why. For starters, you need to literally beat the game 9 times, or complete hard mode with all the levels having 9 gold ranking statues, which I did, but it literally destroyed my gaming soul. Dare I say, it was harder than Super Meat Boy itself. The reason why someone would want to collect all 9 gold ranking statues is because once you do, you have the ability to skip all the levels, expediting the speed so that you can go ahead and beat the game quicker. After collecting 9 gold rankings on hard mode, you will unlock all the stages of Babel, a single player or cooperative mode that is literally more difficult than any stage on hard mode. The worst part about hard mode and Babel is that no matter how talented you are at puzzling, you are forced to use the mystery blocks that will literally make or break your experience, all based on chance. No matter what you do, you get to the very top, you're good to go. Step on that block, boom, gone. Random chance. With that in mind, this game gets my trophy hunting rating of forget it.
Forget it!
Katherine is one of the most fresh, fun, and new exciting pieces I have found in recent weeks. It was a blast playing it, I loved the story, the gameplay was there, and the presentation was spot on. With that in mind, this game gets my completionist rating of finish it.
Finish it! She's hot!
Aside from the bad AI and the really impossible difficulty on some levels that didn't need to be that hard, this game was almost perfect in my eyes. That is all the time I have for today, guys, so please, as always, leave a positive or negative comment in the boxes below. Also, don't forget your game suggestions for the future, and stick around. The month of love may be over, but I've got games that I didn't get to talk about for this month that I'm going to carry over into the month of March. Now, if you excuse me, guys, I'm going to go celebrate my 3rd anniversary with my girlfriend. And while I'm gone, you can rock out to the Shirako the Laser Clown theme.
Shirako, the laser clown, making that frown turn upside down. Shirako, the laser clown, shooting them up and shooting them down. Oh, Shirako, the laser clown, you know he's #1 in town.